So I'm a pretty big Final Fantasy XIV fan. I've been playing it for years now. I've got thousands of hours logged in it, and it's just a really good game. Something that I really like to spend time with. Lots of people to hang out with, do silly stuff with. Lots of dungeons, lots of multiplayer content. All kinds of stuff to do. But I found some footage from a couple months ago of me doing some character cosplay in Final Fantasy XIV. If you're not aware with how Final Fantasy XIV's armor system works, you can actually glamour armor items to make them look different. So you can make yourself look a little bit more stylish. I love playing around with the glamours. It's really fun to make really cool looking outfits and stuff. But I did a glamour outfit for each of the 6 starting characters in the original Final Fantasy. I just felt like since, I had this content laying around, I figured I might as well make a short little video for it. It won't be too long, but I'll show you a couple of the glamours that I made. My character's name is Lake Ringer. She's an Elezen. She's the Warrior of Light. She is the biggest adventurer in Eorzea. Nobody else comes close, except for people who run Savage content and all that. But Savage content isn't necessarily canon, so Lake Ringer can be the hero of the story. Whenever I like to jokingly say that my favorite Final Fantasy character of all time is Lake Ringer, just because I've spent so much time with her. A lot of people like to change their character to different races and stuff within the game. I've done it a couple times, but I always kind of come back to the same base character, just because she's grown on me so much over the years. So there is a little bit of role playing going on whenever I play this. So it's a lot of fun. I really love Final Fantasy XIV. So let's get started. So first we have the warrior, or the fighter. I went with an all red armor, some all red armor pieces here. Even changed her hairstyle, which I did with all of these glamours, to reflect the character sprite, the original character sprite. The armor that I used here is actually a pay-for item. It's supposed to be, it's like Legacy Warrior armor or something along those lines, and it actually, I think it's supposed to throw back to the original fighter. So kind of cheated there, but I think it looks pretty cool. Next we got the Red Mage. I used one of the Red Mage's actual hats from their relic armor, or their job armor that they receive in game, but I took some other pieces from various other places and kind of made it my own. Again, I gave Lake a long white hair to reflect the character sprite. Also, you can probably tell that's Chaos in the background. This is a raid based on Final Fantasy I, and I figured it'd be cool to take a picture or take some shots in this location. So the third one's the monk. I obviously colored all my gear baby blue, like in the character sprite. I also went with a hairstyle that kind of covered up the ears a little bit, or tried to cover up the ears a little bit, kind of like the character sprite in the original game. I like how this one turned out pretty well, but yeah, this was a fun one to do. I don't have a lot of shot on my thief here, so this footage may reset. But I really like the blue hairstyle with the brown clothing. I played around with it a little bit more than just, I guess, just straight tunic and pants. So I thought it looked a little bit better, putting some more, I guess, stylized pieces in there. Of course, this is the ninja job. There really isn't a thief job in Final Fantasy XIV. There is a rogue job and a ninja job, so I used the ninja job here. But I think it turned out pretty good. Now for the Black Mage, there are some decent Black Mage like gear that you get for your top level jobs in Black Mage that kind of reflect the classic Black Mage, but I didn't really like how, I guess they were a little too stylized for me. So I went a little bit more basic with this. Colored the hat yellow, colored the robes blue, obviously, but I went with these striped stockings if you can see that in the shot. Kind of inspired by the Final Fantasy Tactics female Black Mage sprites. And I'll show a little picture of that maybe, just so you kind of see where I'm coming from. But this was a really fun one to do. I actually used this one for a while whenever I played around with Black Mage. And last we've got White Mage, and White Mage is, I kind of cheated. I just used the level 50 relic stuff, but I did change her hair red to reflect the in-game sprite. But the level 50 gear is pretty close to your classic White Mage, and there's really not an option with the hood up. So, you know, I guess we'll just call this the White Wizard one instead. But yeah, it still, you know, it still looks pretty good, but obviously I didn't do a lot of work here. That's all I got. So thanks for watching. We'll have some more content here coming soon. This was all just unscripted. I just felt like doing something fun for the heck of it. And you know, we've got some Final Fantasy XIV content coming up. We've got some retro content coming up. We've got modern content coming up. I'm kind of taking the restrictions off my channel. So we'll be doing a lot of stuff in the coming weeks. So keep an eye out. We'll have some, you know, generic Mega Man stuff coming too. So if Final Fantasy XIV isn't your thing, again, I'll have retro content and I'll have a lot of other stuff to do. But I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks. Later.